how they slipped away, the seconds I thought would stay. I reached too late, I smiled too soon, and time just moved the room. I tried to keep what felt unsure, like love could pause for me. But moments don't ask permission, they leave quietly. I held on tighter than I should, afraid of letting go. I mistook fear for devotion and staying for control. I learned some things are meant to pass, no matter how you try. You don't lose them by letting go, you lose them by asking why. I stopped blaming my hands, though a time wouldn't let me have. These are the moments I couldn't hold, no matter how I tried. I loved them once, I let them go, and didn't ask them why. I stopped chasing what slipped away, or begging time to stay. These are the moments I couldn't hold, and I'm okay. I don't replay every ending now, or measure what I missed. I don't count love by what I lost, or moments by regret. I learned that presence feels complete, even when it's brief. Not everything is meant to stay, to matter deeply. I don't grip what wants to move, I let it leave with truth. These are the moments I couldn't hold. You saved me as they passed, I didn't fear nothing then. They just weren't meant to last. I keep the meaning of the ache, I keep what felt like home. These are the moments I couldn't hold, but they didn't leave me broken. I got love that hold it tighter, never letting go. But love also means knowing when to let something flow. I don't call it weakness now, but say I wasn't enough. Some moments teach you how to feel, not how to hold on. I stayed present, I stayed kind, I didn't lose myself this time. These are the moments I couldn't fold, and that's okay with me. I don't need every chapter to stay permanently. I choose to feel without control, just some let things be. These are the moments I couldn't hold, and they set me free. Don't chase what's moving mine, or blame my open hand. Some moments are just meant to pass, so we understand. You smiled the way you always did, nothing looked out of place. But something in that moment told me it was only smile said everything was fine, but your eyes looked somewhere else. I stood right there, pretending to, like I couldn't tell. You laughed at all the right times, said words you learned by heart, but the warmth I used to feel never made it past the start. I searched your eyes for something real, a sign you still felt this, but your smile stayed on the surface and stopped right there. You didn't lie, you didn't try, you just let the moment slide. Your smile didn't reach your eyes, and I felt it instantly. You were standing here beside me, but not really with me. I held on to what we were while you were already free. Your smile didn't reach your eyes, and it reached me painfully. I didn't ask you what was wrong, I think I already knew. Some truths don't need explaining, they just move through you. I learned how distance can exist inside a quiet room, how someone can look so close and still be gone too soon. You stay kind, you stay polite, you stay far behind your eyes. Your smile didn't reach your eyes, no matter how you tried. I felt the space between us grow, even while we smiled. I needed honesty, not calm, not comfort, just as care. Your smile didn't reach your eyes, and that told me you would die. You didn't stop loving me low, you stopped loving me deep. You gave me gestures without feeling, and they stuck in me to keep. I was honest in my silence, you were careful in your role. Don't say nothing changed between us, when your eyes already told. I wasn't blind, I was gentle. I chose light to words, because sometimes knowing the truth is heavier than the past. Your skull didn't reach your eyes, and I finally let it be. I stopped chasing expressions, you were meant for me. I deserve a love that shows up, made more than practice line. I just smiled, didn't reach your eyes, so stop reaching for mine. I don't reply that moment now, it still stays sincere. I just what I saw in your eyes, and that's what led me here. We talked about the weather, about the day, about nothing at all. Like careful words could save us from naming what we lost. We share the same familiar space, same walls, same quiet tone. But every sentence felt polite, like we weren't really known. You asked if I'd eaten yet, I'd asked how work had been. We traded kindness carefully, like that was closeness then. I miss the way we used to speak without thinking twice. Now every word felt borrowed, like it needed advice. We lived inside the same routine, but something human slipped between. We talked like strangers at home, like love had learned to be alone. I wanted depth, you wanted calm, and silence filled the room. We didn't fight, we didn't roam, we just stepped being known. We shared a life, a space, a tone to talk like strangers at home. I noticed how we avoided nights when feelings asked to stay. We kept things light, we kept things safe, so truth would look away. I felt no lonely next to you, and when I was alone, because distance hurts the most when it feels like home. You heard my voice, not my heart. We were close but worlds apart. We talked like strangers at home, like history made less in tone. I held on to what we've been, you'd already moved on. I asked for now, you answered fine, like fine could keep us whole. We shared aloof for set our time, but talk like strangers at home. You didn't leave, you disconnected. I'll stand and ride beside you. Chose peace over presence and quietly guide me. I was honest in my silence. You were careful with your truth. Don't say we drifted naturally. We both knew I wasn't asking for perfection, just to feel like I belong. That love that speaks in safe replies has already gone. We talk like strangers at home, and I finally understood love doesn't live in politeness. It lives in being known. I won't say where closeness fades into something numb and cold. We talk like strangers at home, so I chose myself and let go. Some places stop feeling like home, and hearts don't meet anymore. We talked like strangers at home, and I know what the end's for. kept showing up every day, even when something felt off. My body stayed, my routine stayed, but my heart slowly walked. I smiled through conversations that didn't move me anymore. I was there in every moment, but my feelings weren't sure. I stayed because it was familiar, because leaving felt unfair. I didn't wanna hurt you or admit I wasn't there. I thought time would bring it back if I stayed calm, stayed kind, but my heart had already left long before my mind. I didn't leave when love grew thin, I stayed where it had been. I stayed longer than my heart did, even when I felt the truth. I kept trying to feel something that my heart already knew. I was loyal to the memory of who we used to be. I stayed longer than my heart did, and it quietly cost me. I noticed how effort felt forced, how hope felt out of place. I was acting out of habit, not love, not grace. I waited for a feeling that never came back home. My heart had already let go, I just hadn't moved on. I stayed to avoid the end, but endings happen anyway. You stayed longer than my heart did, trying not to disappoint. You didn't make me leave, I just stopped arriving. I was present in the room, but emotionally hiding. I don't blame you for the change, or myself for the time I just learned. Staying too long, it hurts you just as much. Says goodbye, was a week for scared. I was just happy to feel, but hope can keep you somewhere long after love is real. I stay longer than my heart did, but I won't stand now. Hoping that my feelings have already drowned. I choose honesty over comfort. I choose truth over delay. Some love doesn't end with anger, it ends when you finally admit I stayed longer than my heart did. Now I leave with it. We were still saying we out loud, but it already sounded past, like something we were remembering, not something meant to last. I felt the distance in your touch before it had a name. Love was standing in the room, but it didn't feel the same. You talked about us carefully, like we were almost gone. I noticed how the present felt like something we'd moved on from. I tried to stay inside the now, but my heart already knew. Love doesn't fade all at once, it drifts away from you. I was still here, still holding on, while love was quietly moving on. Love felt like a memory too soon, like we skipped the living part. I was still trying to feel us while you were storing us in your heart. I needed now, I needed truth. You needed distance, room. We weren't over, but we were close. Love felt like a memory too soon. You spoke about the future less and laughed a little more, like joy was just a cover for what we didn't say anymore. I kept hoping it would return, that feeling warm and new, but love doesn't come back easy once it feels through. You were already letting go what I was loving stone. Love felt like a memory too soon, even while we stayed in things. I saw the vibe behind your eyes before it reached your face. I was still choosing every day. We quietly, we didn't end, we just outgrew. I felt like a memory too soon. You didn't leave, you softened us until nothing felt real. You kept the peace, you kept the calm, but I kept how I feel. I was living in the present, you were living in. Don't say time changed everything, you changed before it did. I wasn't wrong for wanting now, or feeling it slip away. It hurts when love turns into past while you're still in today. Love felt like a memory too soon. Another fight, the end just stood. If love thanks more, and yesterday's already gone for good. Don't stay where I still remember when that far we go. Love felt like a memory too soon, so I chose to move on. Some love doesn't end with goodbye, it fades while you're still here. Love felt like a memory too soon, and that made everything clear. I stopped reaching out as much Stopped asking how you were. I answered slower than before, just to see if you would notice. I leaned back inch by inch so it wouldn't hurt as bad. I thought you'd feel the distance, but you never asked. I used to feel the quiet fast, now I let it stay. I waited for you to lean toward me, you looked the other way. I changed the way I showed my love, less effort, less display. I needed you to meet me there, but you didn't notice me pulling away. I wasn't trying to disappear, I was waiting to be seen. You didn't notice me pulling away. My silence didn't raise alarms. I was slipping out of the reach, right inside your arms. I stopped trying to be okay, stopped holding us in place. You didn't notice me pulling away, and I told me everything. I watched how nothing really changed when I gave a little less. You didn't ask what was wrong, you just enjoyed the rest. I learned how invisible life been, but how calm you stayed. It hurt to know my absence wouldn't shake you anyway. I pulled back hoping you would come close. You stayed exactly where you were. You didn't notice me pulling away, even when I needed you to try. I was leaving quietly. You never asked me why. I needed effort, needed care, a reason not to fade. You didn't notice me pulling away, so I finally stayed away. You didn't lose me all at once, you let me fade from view. My staying comfortable enough to never feel the truth. I was changing right in front of you, learning how to let go. Don't say you didn't see the signs, you just didn't wanna know. I wasn't testing your love, I was protecting mine. I needed to know if I mattered before I crossed the line. You didn't notice me pulling away until I was already gone. I won't stay where I'm not leaving. Doors that changed and it's on. It's never love that feels like shift. The reach is whenever you didn't notice me pulling away, so I chose myself and let some goodbyes happen quietly, long before the end. You didn't notice me pulling away until I wasn't there. We kept going past the tired signs, like stopping and we failed. We smiled through the heavy nights and never asked how we felt. I gave a little more each time, he took a little less. We didn't break, we didn't stop, we just lived with less. We learned how to survive the days without asking what we need. I kept stretching what I could give, you kept calling at peace. I didn't know when kept something, love turned into debt. We forgot how to name the line where we should have said enough. I was running on almost okay. You were fine with it that way. We forgot how to say enough when enough was overdue. I kept pouring from an empty place just to stay with you. I needed balance, needed truth. You needed things to stay untouched. We didn't fight, we didn't end. We forgot how to say enough. I noticed how my voice got small, how needs became a test. I learned how to ask politely for things I should expect. You weren't cruel, you weren't wrong, you just didn't step back. And I stayed longer than I should because I forgot how to say no. I thought patience and love was strong. I didn't know it could go on too long. We forgot how to say enough, and I paid the quiet cost. I kept holding us together. Was it what I lost? I asked for less, I settled down, I softened every touch. We didn't fall, we faded slow. We forgot how to say you didn't ask me to give more, I just never stopped. I fought long and endurance even when it hurt a lot. I don't blame you for the mistakes, on myself or the drawer. I just learned love isn't proven by steam past repair. I wasn't weak for staying, I was scared of letting go. But staying when you're empty is a morbid slow erosion. We forgot how to say no, but I can never know. Won't strain my peace again just to keep things calm. I just hope love that meets me there upon in or dies. We forgot how to say enough, so I finally said it for some endings aren't about quitting, yeah, about knowing when to stop. We forgot how to say enough, but I didn't forget myself. I didn't fall apart like I expected. No shaking hands, no breaking voice. I just went quiet in my chest. like pain had learned another choice. I smiled when people asked if I was fine, said I was okay, kept it light. I learned how to keep breathing through the longest nights. I stopped crying in obvious ways, stopped letting tears arrive. I felt everything in silence, just to make it through the day. My heart stayed heavy, I stayed dry. I didn't know the man I changed. I learned how numb can feel like calm when hurt doesn't know where to go. I wasn't strong, I wasn't healed. I just stopped showing how I feel. I learned to cry without tears, to break without a sound. I carried grief inside my chest and never let it out. I kept going, kept my face like nothing disappeared. I learned to cry without tears, and no one noticed here. I laughed at moments that felt wrong, just to keep things moving on. I learned how to disappear while still being around. I wasn't asking to be saved or held through every fear. I just needed someone to see what silence hides in here. I stay composed, I stay polite, while losing myself inside. I learned to cry without tears, so I wouldn't sin too much. I swallowed words, I folded pain, and learned to live untouched. I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I just slowly disappeared. I learned to cry without tears long before I left. You didn't ask if I was okay, you trusted all lost. I mastered calm, I mastered fight. You never had to look. I don't pretend I'm fine anymore, hide what disappears. I learned to cry without tears now. I'm learning how to hear. Not all pain shows on your face, the falls where others see. I learned to cry without tears. Now I let myself be me. Some days you were all in, other days you pulled away. I never knew which version of you I'd be loving today. You showed up when it was easy, you faded when it was real. I learned to read the shifts in you before you'd ever speak. I waited through the quiet spells, told myself you'd return. blame time and blame the stress. While my chest would burn, you gave just enough to keep me close, not enough to feel secure. I stayed confused and hopeful, trying to endure. I wasn't asking for perfection, just something I could trust. You cared and stayed consistent, and it wore my heart down slow. I never knew when it mattered or when you'd let me go. I needed steady, needed real, not love that comes and goes. Your care didn't stay consistent, and that hurt more than no. I adjusted myself to match you, lower knees, lower tone. I learned how to stay available while feeling alone. I stopped expecting too much just to keep the peace, but love shouldn't feel uncertain. Every sign it breathes, I stay flexible, I stay kind while losing peace of mind. You cared and stayed consistent, it changed without a sound. I was always bracing for you to either lift me up or let me down. I gave you patience, gave you grace, you gave me time to hold. Your care didn't stay consistent, and it made me feel disposable. You're getting me the heartbeat, but you never try to stay. You love me when it suited you, then drifted away. I don't need great gestures or promises to keep. I just need someone who wouldn't make love feel steep. I wasn't asking for forever, just honesty and care, but love that changes every day leaves a heart I could pay. You can't stay consistent, so I stopped trying to adjust. Now I'll keep blaming who I am for love that I can't trust. I deserve steady presence, not affection on a leash. Your care didn't stay the same, so I chose my own peace. I don't blame myself for staying or you for what you gave. I just learned that this real as it can remain. I didn't fall, I slowly slipped into something I couldn't name. It felt like staying was expected, and leaving was the blame. I woke up already trying before I knew I had to choose. Love felt like a direction I was afraid to lose. You said I'd choose you, but you never let me go. I stayed caught between your silence and the hope I didn't know. I waited for a clear answer, but days kept passing by. I loved you like you was my role, not something I decided. I was holding on out of habit, not because my heart said yes. Life didn't feel like a choice. It felt like something I owed. I stayed quiet, stayed patient, did what I was told. I needed freedom, needed truth, but I just filled the space. Love didn't feel like a choice. It felt like I lost my voice. I noticed how my needs felt wrong, like asking meant I'd fail. I learned to bend my feelings so love wouldn't derail. You stood still, I leaned forward, trying to make it work. I forgot love should be chosen. Something that hurts. I stayed because it felt required, not because I felt desire. Love didn't feel like a choice. It felt like staying slow. I was always adjusting. You never moved at all. I asked for balance, asked for care. You offered silence, please. Love didn't feel like a choice. It felt like erasing my face. You didn't force me to stay, I just didn't feel allowed to leave. I found love and endurance, not being able to breathe. I was loyal, I was real, but trapped in something undefined. Don't call it fate or timing when I was the only one trying. I wasn't weak for staying, I was scared of choosing more. A love that isn't chosen freely never stays strong. I didn't feel like a choice, but now I know it's true. It's yes, with intention. I stay in because I could. I won't confuse obligation with something true. Love didn't feel like a choice until I chose myself to. I don't blame the heart I had or the time it took to see. Love didn't feel like a choice. No, freedom feels like me. felt it before I had words. That quiet pull toward you, I held it gently in my chin, hoping you felt it too. I watched your face for signals, for something real to show. I stayed patient in the silence, letting my feelings grow. I told myself not to rush you, that timing needed space. I stayed open, stayed available at my own pace. I kept loving in small ways, so I wouldn't scare you away. I waited for you to catch up while my heart stayed. I didn't want to force a thing, I wanted you to feel it. I waited for you to feel it too. The way my heart already knew. I stood right here with open hands while you were unsure. I gave you time, I gave you room. I softened every truth. I waited for you to feel it too, and slowly lost myself in you. And noticed how you swayed unclear, how feelings made you stall. You wrecked the comfort of my love, but not with depth at all. I learned how one-sided hope feels when love won't lead you through. I stayed longer than I should have, waiting on you. You never said you couldn't feel, you just never said you did. I waited for you to feel it too, while doubting what I felt. I questioned my own instincts instead of asking you. I asked for signs, I asked for proof. You offered time and space. I waited for you to feel too, until my heart gave way. You didn't ask me to keep waiting, I chose that on my own. I thought love meant patience, even when I felt alone. I don't blame you for not feeling what I couldn't make you feel. The waiting for someone to arrive is not love, is it still? So I wasn't wrong for feeling deep, or hoping you would meet me. I just stayed too long, and maybe instead of choosing clarity, I waited for you to feel it too. We weren't that anymore. I won't pause my own becoming for someone unsure. I deserve none that right to me, not what I had to prove. I waited for you to feel it too. Now I'm choosing me too. Some love doesn't fail, it just never begins. I waited for you to feel it too. Now I'm listening within. We sat right next to each other, but nothing passed between. No tension, no comfort, just space we didn't name. I used to think silence meant peace, or closeness without words, but this felt empty, unfamiliar, like we'd already loved. We weren't angry, we weren't cold, we just didn't reach. The quiet stayed too long and said nothing back to me. I waited for a feeling, a reason to stay still. And silence without meaning doesn't heal, it just fills time. I stopped mistaking quiet for something deep. We shared silence without meaning, not the kind that makes you feel safe. It didn't hold us together, it just took your place. I needed presence, needed truth, you needed nothing said. We shared silence without meaning, and that's when love went dead. And noticed how my heart stayed alert, waiting for the sun. The silence never moved toward me, it just stood in time. We didn't argue, didn't break, didn't even bend, but love doesn't survive where nothing tries to mend. You were calm, I was alone, even while we were. We shared silence without meaning, plain words that lost their place. I was searching for connection, you were comfortable with space. I leaned in, you stayed still, I asked with softer tone. We shared silence without meaning, and I felt it on my own. You didn't hurt me with shouting, you hurt me by not reaching, by letting quiet replace effort and calling that healing. I don't need constant tapping or noise to feel close, but silence without intention is just distance in disguise. I wasn't asking for answers, just something to feel. The love that hides and nothing is already done. We shared silence without meaning, and I finally understood. Love needs presence, needs direction, not emptiness, just as good. I don't say we're quiet, feels heavy, not kind. We shared silence without meaning, so I chose mine. There's a silence that feels like home, and one that feels like loss. We shared silence without meaning, you stopped leaning in. Your replies got shorter, your touch got thin. I learned to read the pauses before you pulled away. So when the space grew wider, it didn't feel sudden. I noticed how effort shifted, how care began to fade. I stopped expecting warmth on the days you disappeared. I wasn't surprised by the silence or how you needed space. I'd already been adjusting to your absence in place. I didn't flinch, I didn't cry. I'd been preparing inside. Your distance didn't shock me, it slowly tore my heart. I learned not to reach for you before you stepped apart. I needed closeness, needed truth. You needed room to breathe. Your distance didn't shock me, it finally set me free. I stopped asking where you were, stopped wondering why. I learned that peace can quietly grow when you stop trying. I didn't feel betrayed or lost, just tied in my chest. I've been standing alone for so long that this felt like rest. You didn't leave all in words, you left by choosing none. Your distance didn't shock me because I felt it every day. I was loving for the both of us while you drifted away. Asked for presence, asked for care. You offered time and space. Your distance didn't shock me, it just confirmed my place. You didn't hurt me by leaving, you hurt me by staying half. I'm making love feel optional and calling that enough. I was honest, I stayed real. You avoided how you feel. Don't say you didn't see it coming, I felt it before you did. I wasn't numb, I was aware that love had changed its tone. When distance feels expected, you're already alone. Your faces didn't shock me, it answered what you wouldn't say. I won't reach for someone who keeps me far away. I deserve us, never who taught me a heart that wants to stay. Your distance didn't shock me, so I finally walk away. Some endings don't come as a blow, they come as quiet relief. Your distance didn't shock me, it brought me back to me. Didn't ask for the world or promises too big to keep. I just wanted to feel your presence, and you were next to me. Didn't need perfect timing or words that sound like truth. I just wanted consistency, something real to hold on to. I asked for honest moments, for effort that would stay. I asked to feel considered, not pushed to another day. I kept lowering the volume of what my heart would say. I didn't ask for much at all, but even that felt far away. I wasn't asking you to change, just to meet me halfway. I didn't ask for much, just for you to show up, to mean the things you said and not pull away when it got tough. I needed steady, needed true, not love that fades with touch. I didn't ask for everything, I didn't ask for much. I watched how you give attention when it fit your day. I learned how easy it was for care to drift away. I made room for your distance, called patience what it was. I kept thinking maybe someday you'd give what I asked for. I stayed calm, I stayed kind, while leaving parts of me behind. I didn't ask for much, just presence without doubt, to feel like I was chosen, not someone you worked around. I give the space, I give the time, I gave you all my trust. I didn't ask for the impossible, I didn't ask so much. You didn't save my need for all, you just never met them. You let me question what was said and quietly forget them. I don't need grand gestures for love that makes us see. I just needed what was basic and needed more fantasy. I wasn't asking to be saved or loved in some extreme. I just wanted to feel secure in what we said we'd be. I didn't ask for much, now I finally see. It's something simple feels like too much, that it wasn't right for me. I won't apologize again for needing honesty and trust. I didn't ask for everything, I didn't ask for much. I don't shrink what I need anymore, without my word. I didn't ask for much at all, just something that could work. noticed it in little ways, how replies came later on. The warmth we used to share started feeling gone. I reached out just to feel you near, but something didn't land. Like love was reading my words, but not answering back. You said you were just busy. I said I understood, but every time I needed you, the silence stayed too good. I waited in the in-between, where hope still tries to breathe. Love didn't leave all at once, it just stopped reaching me. I wasn't asking for a lot, just not to feel forgot. Love slowly stopped responding, like my heart lost its place. I kept sending all my feelings into empty space. I needed signs, I needed truth. You needed room to hide. Love slowly stopped responding, and I felt it every night. I lowered expectations so the silence wouldn't hurt. I told myself this was normal, even when it wasn't. I learned how absence can feel loud when answers don't arrive. How love can still be there in name, but missing in real time. You didn't say you were done, you just slowly stopped showing up. Love slowly stopped responding, and I stopped asking why. I stopped waiting for reassurance that never would reply. I gave you patience, gave you depth, you gave me space. Slow down, love slowly stopped responding, and I finally walked out. You didn't leave, you disconnected. While staying in my life, you let love fade into delay and called that being kind. I was present, I was real. You kept everything light. Don't say love just disappeared. It stopped. I'm flying into inside. I wasn't so good for wanting more. I was lost in our place. Love that needs reminders, he's already too late. Love slowly stopped responding, so I saw breeze, and I applied for basic kind and constant some love doesn't end with goodbye. It fades when efforts gloom. Love slowly stopped responding. We stayed where it felt familiar, where nothing asked too much. We chose a calmer routine over learning how to touch. We laughed at the same old stories, slept through the quiet ache. It felt easier not to question and risk what honesty would take. I felt the pull to say something, but comfort told me wait. You felt it too, I know you did, but silence felt more safe. We called it peace, we called it fine, we called it growing up. But comfort doesn't build a future, it just teaches you to stop. I was waiting for courage, you were settling for calm. We let comfort decide our fate when love asked us to choose. I needed truth, you needed ease, so we slowly came undone. We didn't fight, we didn't break, we just stayed a little too late. We let comfort decide our fate and watched love hesitate. I noticed how effort softened, how care stayed just enough. We weren't unhappy together, just not brave enough to love. I kept hope and comfort would turn into something real, but comfort never holds you the way commitment feels. You stayed because it was okay, I stayed because I hope. We let comfort decide our fate instead of asking what we need. I was reaching for connection, you were choosing guarantee. I asked for now, you asked for time. We waited until it was too late. We let comfort decide our fate and called it out of faith. You didn't mean to lose us, you just didn't want the risk. You chose the safety of what was over what could exist. I was later to be honest, even if it shook the ground. But comfort likes to stay quiet, let love wear itself down. I wasn't wrong for wanting more or asking us to grow, but staying safe for too long is another way to go. We let comfort decide our fate, but I don't let it decide me. I choose truth over easy calm, I choose what asks me to be free. I won't stay where love feels far, so wait for courage to run. We let comfort decide our fate. Now I chose a different life. Some love doesn't fail from distance, it fades from being still. We let comfort decide our fate until I chose my will. because I couldn't stay. My feet move first, my heart stayed back, like it didn't get the memo that day. I packed my things with shaking hands, but calm on my face. I knew how to walk away, I just didn't know how to erase. I still hear you in quiet moments, still feel you in my chest. Leaving didn't end the feeling, it just ended the rest. I chose myself, I chose my peace, but love doesn't turn off on cue. I learned you can do the right thing and still be hurting too. I was strong enough to go, but not strong enough to forget. Still feeling you. I catch myself almost reaching, almost saying your name, and I remember why I left and let the moment fade. I don't regret the love I gave or how deeply it grew. I just regret losing me too. So it's distance over pain, even though it feels the same. Away, still feeling you. Every step around you made. Staying would break me, but leaving cost denies. I held my ground, I held my truth, even when my eyes said stay. I walked away, still feeling you. And I feel it every day. Even didn't make me cold, it just meant I finally listened. Oh, shouldn't ask you to disappear, just to keep it living again. It fell in love in you, I just stopped failing myself. Some goodbyes are not about empty love, they're about choosing her. I still miss you sometimes, but I don't turn back. Missing someone is lighter than losing myself. It feels still feeling you. One day the feeling will soften into something I can hold. I walked away still feeling you, but I didn't walk away from my soul. I didn't panic when you went quiet, didn't ask where you've been. I'd already learned how to live with less of you coming in. Your name didn't light up my chest the way it used to before. I realized I've been alone with you long before you walked out the door. I stopped expecting check-ins, stopped hoping you'd arrive. I adjusted my days around the space where your effort used to try. It scared me more than losing you, and nothing felt brand new. Because when you finally weren't there, it felt the same as when you were. I didn't feel the ground give way, I've been standing alone anyway. Your absence felt normal, that's what hurt the most. I didn't miss your presence because I'd already lost it. I thought leaving would break me, but it just ain't the truth. Felt normal because I was used to missing you. I replay the moments backward, looking for when we change. But love doesn't end in one goodbye, it fades to being delayed. I learned how to carry conversations by myself by design. So when you stop showing up, not to really decline, you didn't vanish overnight, you left in real time. Your absence felt normal, like silence I already knew. I wasn't shocked by the distance, I've been living it with you. I waited for grief to hit me, but it never arrived. Your absence felt normal because love had already died. You didn't hurt me by leaving, you hurt me by staying half, by making distance familiar and calling that enough. I was adjusted while loving you, learning how to calm. Don't say I should have seen it coming, I felt it every day. I wasn't numb, I was aware the love had not, and I stayed bare. Your absence felt normal, and it set me free. I won't stay where my presence doesn't change a bit. I deserve a love that's noticed, my heart that shows apart. Your absence felt normal, so I finally let you go. Some goodbyes don't feel like loss, always felt because I came back to me. I used to wait for signs, for crumbs that felt like hope. I called it patience, called it love, while standing on a rope. I learned how to ask gently, so I wouldn't ask too much. I shrank my needs into silence, just to feel your touch. I stayed where effort felt uneven, where care came and went. I kept explaining your distance, like that's what love meant. I mistook longing for devotion and quiet for grace. I didn't know I was losing myself, just trying to stay. I confused waiting with love and hoping with enough. My heart doesn't beg anymore for time, for truth, for care. I don't ask to be chosen or wonder if I matter there. I give my love where it's meant, not questioned, not unsure. My heart doesn't beg anymore. I finally know my worth. I listen when something feels off. I don't explain it away. I don't hold on to almost love or ask someone to stay. I don't bargain with my feelings, alone what I need. All our love should feel mutual, not something you plead. I don't chase for one ride, I don't bleed the feeling. My heart doesn't break anymore. It rests where it belongs. I don't soften my truth just to keep someone. I choose clarity over comfort. I choose steady over more. My heart doesn't break anymore. It knows what it's for. I wasn't asking for too much. I was asking the wrong place. Love that makes you tell your word. Is it love? It's a lie. I stay loyal to the feeling. Even when it hurts, I stay loyal to myself. And that comes first. I still care. I still feel. I just don't feel. My heart doesn't break anymore. It waits for what feels right. I don't chase uncertain hands. I stay through endless nights. If love can meet me halfway, I don't ask it to try. My heart doesn't beg anymore, and that's how I survive. I didn't lose myself, lost lose another goal. My heart doesn't break anymore. knows what it deserves. I used to chase every moment, afraid of falling behind. I held on to what was leaving, like love could freeze time. I measured days by missing you, by what I couldn't change. I stayed busy with the waiting, instead of feeling where I was. I thought healing and answers would knowing when it would end. But some things only soften when you stop asking them. I stopped counting in silence, stopped watching the clock. I learned some things don't move faster, no matter how much you want. I don't rush what needs to breathe, I don't force what's leaving me. This is where I let time pass without trying to hold it still. I don't change the past anymore, or bargain with what I see. I stay here with open hands, I let things come and go. This is where I let time pass and trust what time will show. I don't replay every moment, looking for where we went wrong. I don't punish myself for staying as long as I did. I let days move at their own pace, I let nights be what they are. I don't rush into healing, I push myself too far. I don't need to outrun pain, I let it fade when it's right. This is where I let time pass without fear, without control. I stopped asking what could have been and started caring for my soul. I don't wait for closure to finally feel okay. This is where I let time pass and love myself stay. So time was something I had to survive, but time is just space where I learn how to be alive. I don't need every gift fixed, I'm healed all at once. So peace comes quietly when you stop running from it. Right here, no rush, no fight, just me in this moment. This is where I let time pass and don't call it delay. I call it giving my heart room to heal it inside. I don't force your beginnings or rush the goodbye. This is where I let time pass and finally feel alright. I'm not stuck, I'm not lost, I'm just here, letting time pass.